This is Cerebral Cinema. Movies of the mind.
I wonder what the natives are up to now, John.
African natives, Sam, my friend, can be up to nothing or anything when that chanting starts going.
You're right.
Hey, when are you going to be finished with that newspaper?
Soon, then you can have it. Ever want to go back to the States?
Not so you could notice. I've been here 7 years, and I'm happy. Nothing back there I want. Till I want to go get it.
You're worth a lot of dough, aren't you?
You ought to know. You know everything else about me. After all, when two gents find themselves the only white men in miles, 100 miles from a city, they got to know all about each other in no time at all. Hey, how's for part of that paper?
I'll give it all to you in a minute. Nothing interesting in it, anyhow.
Yeah, you see, I haven't missed a thing being away from what's laughingly known as civilization all these years.
Never want to see your brother?
Look, the only thing I want to see is that paper. Now, be a good guy and let loose, will you?
My turn to read it first, remember, pal? Say, wait a minute.
What is it?
Your name is John Frawley? John Robert Frawley, right?
As if you didn't know. Why?
Well, according to this newspaper, you're dead.
And now on to Dick Calmer as Boston Blackie. Enemy to those who make him an enemy. Friend to those who have no friend.
If you don't mind my washing out some things while we're talking, do you, Charles?
No, not a bit.
After all, I didn't expect you.
It's all right, Martha. You go right ahead. Tell me something.
Yeah?
You remember Master John?
Didn't I practically raise him after his mother died?
Of course you did.
Of course I remember.
He was your favorite, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed he was.
You never did care much for Master Edward.
Charles, it's been 10 years since I left the store.
I know, Martha.
I know you're still serving Master Edward.
That's right.
But why did you come here to see me?
Did you read that John Frawley was dead?
I read it, and I don't believe it.
Oh, it's true.
He's gone off somewhere.
Yes, Africa was.
He'll be back. And the first thing he'll do when he does get back is to come to see me.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure of that.
He will.
That's why I'm here, Martha, to make sure that you don't talk to him. In fact, I'm going to see to it that you never again talk to anyone.
Homicide, Faraday.
Please, somebody's been murdered.
Who did you say, lady?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
It's been a murder. I heard the shot.
Yeah, you heard the shot. Now, ma'am, take it easy. I'm trying to understand you.
What's there to understand? I tell you that somebody's been killed right next door.
Yeah.
Just sit there, asking questions.
Yeah, but, ma'am, if...
Oh, why aren't you out there catching the murderer?
Where do you live, lady?
Oh, I live right next door.
I know. What's the address?
Oh, it's 2177 DuPont Avenue.
2177 DuPont Avenue.
Yes.
We'll be there in 10 minutes.
Oh, we'll be here in 5 minutes.
I said 10 minutes.
I may be next.
Hold it, I'm coming. Well,
You're Boston Blackie.
I have been ever since I can remember. What about it?
Let me come in, Blackie, please.
Come on.
Thanks. Blackie, I'm John Frawley.
So?
I've been in Africa for a long time, Blackie. I flew back this morning. According to a newspaper I got in Africa, I'm supposed to be dead.
Oh, you know how those papers exaggerate things.
Now, listen to me. I'm in trouble.
Go ahead.
I'm John Frawley, but I can't prove who I am.
Well, why should you have to? And why can't you?
Let me tell you the whole story.
It's always a nice idea.
Well, my brother Ed and I inherited a couple of $1 million, Blackie.
Well,
Money that's in trust for us.
I see.
I got in a little jam here and went to Africa 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm back, We've new servants, and my brother insisted on the phone to me I'm not John Frawley.
I get it. He gave out your death story to the papers. As long as nobody can prove who you are, he gets the whole $2 million.
That's right. I've been running around all day since he said he didn't know me this morning. But we just moved here before I left the States. I don't know a soul.
You expect me to prove you're John Frawley?
I've heard about you. You can do it. Besides, Blackie, I had a nurse, a woman named Martha Blake. If we can find her, she'll tell you who I am. And still, she'll tell everybody.
That sounds reasonable.
Sure.
If she's in this city, we'll find her, which I imagine will very considerably bother your brother. We're not far from Martha Blake's house, John.
No.
Should be on the next block.
She hasn't moved since she registered at that employment office you found, Blackie.
She has. We'll check and find a forwarding address.
All right.
Relax, Frawley, relax.
I will.
We'll have you straightened out in no time. Number 388. That should be about halfway down the block on the right.
Blackie, there's a crowd around that house.
A very familiar figure in that crowd. My friend Inspector Faraday. I don't like this.
All right, keep moving. Get this cut. Oh, it's you, Blackie.
That's right.
I suppose you heard over the radio there's been a murder. You want to help?
No, I didn't, Faraday. I came over with this young fellow to see a woman named Martha Blake.
Martha Blake. Shove over there. I'm getting in.
All right.
Right around the block, Blackie. I want to talk to you.
Yeah, before you start, this is John Frawley.
How do you do?
Faraday, I just introduced you to somebody.
Okay, so I'm not polite. Blackie, you going to listen to me?
What can I do? I'm trapped.
You said you came to that building just now to see Martha Blake? I was the one who wanted to see her. Well, she's dead. She was murdered a half hour ago. What? Don't be surprised, Frawley. Whenever Blackie goes to see anybody, that person's life is in danger.
I must go see you more often.
Don't bother.
Who killed her, Faraday?
How do I know? Blackie.
Yeah.
Maybe she was killed so she'd never be able to identify me. Say that again.
Don't bother, Frawley.
Well,
Look, Inspector, this young fellow is in a jam. He can't prove who he is. It's possible this Martha Blake could have proven it.
Go on, you're getting interesting. Who wouldn't want him to prove who he is? As if you were making any more sense than usual.
I'll let you know. Leave this to me, Inspector. I promise I'll give you a lead in a couple of hours. Good little Inspector, and hop off here where I picked you up. Frawley and I have places to go.
Well, be sure you let me know if you find out anything. I doubt. Goodbye, Inspector.
You know, Frawley, I think you were right about the reason Martha Blake was killed. I didn't want to sick the inspector on your brother just yet, though.
I can't get over this, Blackie. Martha killed while I was talking to you.
Yeah, snap, kid. Try thinking about somebody else who might have known you.
There is someone else, Blackie, but somebody I'd rather not see.
As I understand it, there's $1 million worth of reasons why you ought to see that person.
Yes, but
What's the objection?
it's the girl I was engaged to, Kay Morton. When I went to Africa, I ran out on the deal.
Well, we're going to walk in on her now. Just wait out here, Frawley.
All right.
Let me go into Kitty Morton's apartment alone. I'll call for you when I want you.
Anything you say, Blackie. I'll wait right here.
Good. Yeah, here goes.
Who is it?
Boston Blackie. Is that you, Miss Morton?
Yes, wait a second. Oh, hello.
All right, if I come in?
Do you want to stay out in the hall?
Not particularly.
And what are you waiting for?
Just that.
I've not heard of you, Blackie.
I'm wondering how it is I never heard of you.
Well,
Miss Morton, at one time, 7 or 8 years ago, you were engaged to a fellow named John Frawley.
don't remind me.
I've got to. Would you know him if you saw him again?
Probably. Why?
He's out in the hall. I want you to identify him for me.
John Frawley is dead, and that's okay with me. I read about it in the papers.
Maybe he isn't.
Then he should be.
I imagine he has a different opinion about that.
Oh, yeah?
Is it all right if I ask him to come in?
You've got some guy out there who claims to be Frawley, hmm?
Yes, that's right.
Well, let me get a look at him. I'll tell you if he is or not.
Thanks. Wait just a second. Oh, Frawley, will you come in, please?
All right, Blackie, I'm coming. Thanks, but... Kay, darling.
You keep away from me, you!
Hey, I guess I'm not doing very well as Cupid, but then that wasn't my intention. Miss Morton, this is your former fiancé, John Frawley, isn't it?
This guy, Blackie? This guy I never saw before in my whole life.
to Boston Blackie. A man claiming to be John Frawley comes back home only to find that no one will identify him. As a last resort, he comes to Boston Blackie for help. And when Blackie and Frawley try to find his former nurse, they find her murdered. Blackie then takes Frawley to his former fiancée, Kay Morton, but she claims that she's never seen him before in her life. As we return to our story, Blackie and Frawley near his brother's house.
You think you can make my brother admit who I am, Blackie?
I'm sure going to try.
Good.
I think I know why your ex-fiancée wouldn't do it.
That isn't hard to figure. It doesn't help me any.
Frawley, have you seen your brother since you're back?
No, I talked to him on the phone when I got off the plane. Came right over here to the house. He's gone out.
Who told you that?
The butler, Charles. He denied knowing me and gave me the wonderful information about my brother refusing to admit I was alive.
The butler could have been bought, of course. That's no problem. Is the house?
Yes. Yeah, no lights on. One over here to the side window.
What's over here? The side window.
Safe just inside the room. Do you think you could open a safe, Blackie?
So, it's a lock. Why?
Maybe nobody being home is a break for me. There's a paper in that safe. A paper my brother doesn't know a thing about.
How can that be?
Well, he knows about the paper, but not that my fingerprints are on it. It's in an envelope with a lot of bonds that mature in a couple of years. I don't believe it's been touched.
In other words, if I get that paper for you, you won't need any other proof, huh? Yeah, come on. As long as everybody's out, we're safe.
Friday, homicide.
Inspector, this is Edward Frawley. I'm afraid someone is going to kill me.
Anyone special you had in mind?
A man who claims to be my brother, John Frawley.
He claims to be, but he isn't, huh?
My brother disappeared. This man is an imposter, and he killed Martha Blake so she could never say that he wasn't John Frawley.
My friend, I got news for you. This guy who claims he's your brother was with Boston Blackie when Martha Blake was shot. I know that for a fact.
You do?
Tell me something, though, Frawley.
What?
Where were you?
There you are, Frawley. Good. You want it just where you said it'd be. I'm safe.
Thanks for opening the door, Blackie.
Okay.
Now, I think we'll get out of here. I'll take it to a lawyer first thing in the morning.
Suits me fine. I'll pick up this flashlight. We'll get going.
The lights. Hey, somebody turn on the lights.
I did it.
You?
What?
And both of you will please stand right where you are while I call the police. I should hate to shoot either of you, but I will if you don't do as I say.
Blackie, it's my brother Edward.
Really?
Yes.
You're Edward Frawley?
That's right.
Well, I can explain everything. I'm Boston Blackie. Of course, you know your brother John.
That man is not my brother.
I told you he'd deny
Get me
it,
the
Blackie.
police.
We'll take care of everything when the police get here. That's the best break we could get.
As a matter of fact, it is, isn't it? You. The one who claims to be my brother. What's that paper you have in your hand?
Nothing. Just the paper.
You robbed my safe just to get a piece of paper?
Why,
Let me have it.
No.
Or if you like, I'll take it.
Give me the paper, Blackie. I've got his gun hand.
Hold him just a second.
Well, that's that.
Yes.
I think while your brother is sleeping, you get out of here, Frawley.
I guess so. This whole thing was wasted, Blackie.
Right, so.
Look at the paper, torn to pieces. I'll never be able to prove my fingerprints were on it.
No, I guess not.
Great.
All right, let's get out of here while I figure how to get you on the spot.
Blackie, where is this guy who claims to be John Frawley?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you, Faraday.
Thank you. I'll do as little for you sometime.
I'm sorry.
Think I came over to your apartment to have you stall me?
Faraday, you don't really want to be stalled. That's for horses, not mules.
Blackie, I don't want to fool with you. I'm after the murderer of Martha Blake. I got a tip your friend John Frawley killed her, so she couldn't identify him as a phony.
I'll deliver Martha Blake's killer to you right after I have a chat with the Frawley butler.
Who are you calling?
The Frawley house, of course. I said I wanted to talk to the butler.
What's he got to do with this?
Quiet.
I beg your pardon.
No, not you. I want to talk to Charles, the butler.
Speaking.
Charlie, my boy, this is Boston Blackie.
Who is this?
Did you know Martha Blake? Boston Blackie is the name.
I see. Yes, I knew Martha Blake. 50 years before Master John went away.
You've seen the man who claims to be John Frawley?
Yes, I have. The man...
Charles. Charles!
What happened?
Faraday, that's what was shot.
That's great. Even your conversation's getting deadly. You stay here, Blackie. I'll get over to the Frawley house right away.
Okay, Inspector. Things are going just a little too far. I'm going over to see a certain young lady to make certain about a certain young man.
Hey, Riley! Riley! Yes, Inspector Faraday. The body's inside. Then it is a body, huh? Blackie heard a shot on the telephone.
There's the butler, Charles, Inspector. The officer on the beat called homicide, and I came right over.
Anybody in the house?
Just the boys from headquarters.
I don't mean that. I mean any of the family, the staff, or something.
Well, as I understand it, there's no family at all. Just a young fellow who owns this place. Name is Edward Frawley.
No trace of who did it, of course.
That's what the boys are looking for.
Did they find a gun?
No?
Did they find any evidence that someone broke in here?
No?
Did anyone see the killer leave?
No?
No. I just found out what I need in my department. Just one yes man.
You want to know the truth, don't you, Blackie?
I didn't come over here to play games.
Oh, they'd be much more interesting, believe me.
Cut it out, Miss Moore.
Oh, no, Blackie.
That fellow I brought here before, is he John Frawley or isn't he?
He is.
You denied it before. Why?
Why should I help him after what he did to me?
Okay. Well, I want to know. I'm going to wind up this case in a hurry now.
Oh, wait a minute, Blackie. Who is it?
Eddie Frawley.
Oh,
But a minute. He's just the guy I want to see.
all right. Just a moment. I'm coming.
Hey, I've got it.
That's all right. I'm Morton Blackie. I didn't recognize you without the gun in your hand. Miss Morton, he was just telling me all about it.
You didn't tell him.
No? Leaving, Eddie?
Eddie, I have something to discuss with you.
Come here. No, you don't, Blackie.
Oh, that gun again.
And this time I'll use it if you try to stop me. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to wait around to find out.
Well,
He took a well right out of my mouth. He certainly left in a hurry, but he did us one favor. He left us alone.
one of us is going to stay that way, my dear.
Oh, no, Blackie.
I'm going to fix up a little plan with your ex-fiancé.
Plan?
Maybe this case won't ever make the social register, but it certainly belongs in Who's Who.
Blackie, I admit I'm stupid for coming here to your place just to listen to you.
Now, Faraday, you're showing signs of intelligence.
You realize that when I got to the Frawley house, the butler Charles had been shot?
Edward carries a gun, Inspector.
So do you. What does that mean?
It means you're wrong, as usual.
What?
I gave mine to John to have when he met his brother. I didn't want John to be unprepared.
Where are they going to be?
A little hotel on the west side. I traced Edward Frawley there after he put a gun on me in Kay Morton's apartment, and I told John where to find his brother.
How nice.
There ought to be fireworks when the two of them meet. As one clockmaker said to another, want to watch?
Surprised to see me here, aren't you, Eddie?
I found you in my home ransacking my safe, so why should I be surprised to find you in my hotel room?
That's logical. You won't admit I'm your brother?
Never. You're not my brother. You read somewhere that after 7 years he was declared legally dead, so you decided to impersonate him.
So there was a struggle. You pulled a gun, and I had to shoot you in self-defense. Then I get the whole $2 million for myself.
What are you talking about?
You see this gun? It's Boston Blackie's. I'm going to kill you with it.
No, you're not. I've got a gun. And...
Sorry, me first.
Okay, both of you, hold everything.
I shot him. I shot him, but he didn't fall.
You don't think I'd give you a gun loaded with anything but blanks, do you, John? Or whatever your name is.
But
This
Blackie...
gun I'm holding is really loaded, believe me. Now, let's have this story, Blackie, the real one. But quick.
Well, you
I
see...
think I can give it to you, all right? This lad here who claims to be John Frawley isn't.
I kept saying that.
But I didn't believe it for a while. Anyhow, the chances are he knew your brother and found out enough about him to try this impersonation. $1 million, which is, if he got away with it, remember.
Blackie, I am John Frawley.
Oh, no. And I'll tell you why you couldn't in a minute.
What?
Anyhow, you probably killed the real John Frawley and came to America knowing you had to kill 3 more people. John's nurse, Charles the butler, and John's brother.
That's a lie.
Go on, Blackie.
They were the only ones who could recognize the real John. But this lad here met Charles and made a deal with him so that Charles killed the nurse. Later, he had to kill Charles, of course, and he did.
Blackie, you're not making sense.
Don't bet.
What?
Okay, we go now to Kay Morton.
Why?
She denied you were her ex-fiancé because you weren't. Simple as that. Later, when I came to her, she said you were because you'd threatened her, too. You're coming to me with your big test. If I believed you were John Frawley, the rest would be easy.
You helped him rob my safe, Blackie?
Sure. And that's where he gave himself away. There were fingerprints on that paper I got from him. The fingerprints of the real John Frawley. This lad had to destroy them, and when you grabbed the paper from him, I noticed he helped tear it into pieces while you were grabbing it. Now, that's what started me on the right track.
You got derailed somewhere along the line, Blackie.
No, I didn't, my friend. When you tried to kill Eddie here with my gun, that was the real payoff. I was hoping you'd try just that. That way, you'd eliminate the last person who knew you were phony. Oh, by the way, where's your own gun?
Right here, where I can use it to blast my way out. What's that thing?
Did you kill him, Inspector?
No, he'll live to die in the chair.
Good.
Now, Blackie, maybe you won't believe everybody who comes to you with a hard luck story from now on.
Well, he did have me fooled for a while, Faraday. I'm glad I had you listening outside the hotel door.
Why?
In case you ever lose your job, you can always get one as a house detective now.
You know, I'll be glad to tell you anything, Blackie.
Miss Morton.
Kay.
Okay, it's Kay.
Uh-huh.
But you won't have to tell me anything.
No.
Just be prepared to testify that the man who was masquerading as John Frawley did threaten you.
All right. Is that all you want, Blackie?
Yeah, I guess all we need to cinch the case.
Did you ever find out what happened to the real John Frawley, Blackie?
I traced this phony back to Africa, where I found out he and your ex-fiancée were together a lot.
Oh, they were.
He hasn't confessed yet that he killed Frawley, and I'm sure he will.
Well, all I can say is anything I can do to help.
Thanks. I appreciate your cooperation, Kay.
And, you might come to see me again, you know.
You might remember that what brought me to you the first time also put you in quite a spot.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't want me to come back under the same circumstances.
Oh, would they have to be the same?
I imagine so.
In that case, Blackie, goodbye. It was so nice knowing you.
Well, what about it, Bill? Wait a minute. Got an idea for the lyric yet? Play the melody once more, Dick. I think I've got something.
That's about time.
Okay, hold.
All right.
How's this? I won't fall again.
Oh.
I won't fall again. Till I meet another you. That's not bad.
It never was bad.
That tune of yours sounds like 800 others. How do you expect me to get any kind of original idea for a lyric? Give me something to work with.
All right. Now, look, Bill, we've been fighting like this for months. We've got to do something, and we haven't written a hit tune in a year.
You want to break up the team?
No, I don't want to. They both seem to be written out.
What do you mean?
All those last songs we did. Joe Hendricks wasn't our friend as well as our music publisher. He'd have thrown him out in the alley.
I don't know.
Well, you put together an awful lot of bad lyrics for that group.
Oh. What's my fault? The lyrics were bad.
Yes, they were.
Just because I couldn't sing those tired tunes of yours, it's my fault.
Tired, too?
I ought to punch you right in the nose.
Very fine answer to our problem.
But at least give me some satisfaction.
Yeah.
Now, I'm warning you. I don't like violence, but I'm getting to a point where I'm going to forget how much I hate violence and remember only how much I dislike you.
Cerebral Cinema hopes you have enjoyed this movie of the mind.